Complete Works of Swami Vivekananda, Volume 3, Section 4. What Have I Learned? Lecture delivered at Dhaka, 30th March 1901. At Dhaka, Swamiji delivered two lectures in English. The first was on What Have I Learned? And the second one was The Religion We Are Born In. The following is translated from the report in Bengali by the disciple, and it contains the substance of the first lecture. First of all, I must express my pleasure at the opportunity afforded, afforded me of coming to the Eastern Bengal to acquire an intimate knowledge of this part of the country, which I hither, hitherto lacked, in spite of my wandering through my civilized country of the West, as well as my gratification at the sight of the majestic river, wide fertile plain, and the picturesque village in this my own country of Bengal, which I had not the good fortune to seeing for myself before. I did not know that there was everywhere in my country of Bengal, on land and water, so much beauty and charm, but has been by gain by this much has been my gain, that after seeing the various countries of the world, I can now much more appreciate the beauties of my own land. In the same way also, in a search of religion, I had traveled among various sects which had taken up the ideas of foreign nations as their own, and had begged at the doors of others, not knowing that in the religion of my country, in our national religion, there was so much grandeur, beauty and grandeur. It is now, and it is now many years since I have found Hinduism to be the most perfectly satisfying religion in the world. Hence, I feel sad at my heart when I see existing among my own countrymen professing a peerless faith, such a widespread indifference to our religion, though I am very well aware of the unfavorable materialistic condition in which they pass their life owing to the diffusion of Europeans' modes of thoughts in this our great motherland. There are among us at the present day certain reformers who want to reform our religion, or rather turn it topsy-turvy, with a view to the regeneration of Hindu nations. There are no doubt some thoughtful people among them, but there are also many who follow others are about when you follow others blindly and act most foolishly, not knowing what they are about. Class of reformers are very enthusiastic in introducing foreign ideas into our religion. They have taken hold of word idolatry, and ever that Hinduism find out what this so-called idolatry is. This i- whether whether it is good or bad, only taking their clues from others. They are bold enough to shout down Hinduism as untrue. There is another class of men among us who are intent upon every Hindu custom, rite, etc., and who are always or taking talking of electricity, magnesium, air vibrations, and all the sort of things. Who knows? But they will perhaps someday define God himself as nothing but a mass of electric vibration. However, Mother bless them all. She is the who is having her work done in various ways through multifarious nature and tendencies. In contradistinction, in contradistinction to this, There is that ancient class who says, I do not know, I do not care to know, or or understand all this. Your hair splitting ratiocination or ratiocination. I want God. I want the Atma. I want to go to that beyond where there is no universe, where there is no pleasure or pain, where dwells the bliss supreme, who says, I believe in salvation by bathing in the holy Ganga with faith, who says, whomsoever you may worship with singleness of faith, devotion has the one Lord of the universe in whosoever form, either Shiva, Ram, Vishnu, etc., you will get moksha. To that sturdy ancient class I am proud to belong. Then there is a sect who advises us to follow God and the world together. They are not sincere. They do not express what they feel in their heart. What is the teaching of the great ones? Where there is Ram, where is no calm, where there is no calm. Where there is calm, there is no Ram. Night and day can never exist together. The voice of the ancient sages proclaims to us, if you desire to attain God, you will have to. The voice of ancient sages proclaim to us, if you desire to attain God, you will have to renounce kam, kanchana, that is lust and possession. The samskar is unreal, hollow, void of substance. Unless you give it up, you can never reach God. Try however you however you may. If you cannot do that, own that own that you are weak, but by no means lower the ideal. Do not cover the corruption or corrupting corpse with the leaves of gold. So, according to them, if you have to do is to give up this playing. So, according to them, if you want to gain spirituality to attain God, the first thing that you have to do is to give up this playing hide and seek with your ideas. This dishonesty, this thief within the chamber of thoughts. What have I learned? What have I learned from this ancient sect? I have learned. Durbalam trayam eva etat देवानुग्ररहेतुकं मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वं महापुरुष संशयाः. Verily, these three are rare to obtain and come only through the grace of God. Human birth, desire to obtain moksha, and the company of the great souled ones. The first thing needed to manusha, manushyattva, manushya, manushyattva. The first thing needed is manushyatva, that is human birth, because it only is favorable to attain the mukti. The next is mumukshutva. Though you are though our means of realization vary according to the difference in sect and individual, though the different individual can lay claim to their special rights and means to gain knowledge, which vary according to their different stations of life or stations in life. Yet it can be said in general, without fear of contradiction, that without this mumukshutva, realization of God is impossible. What is mumukshutva? It is strong desire for moksha, honest yearning to get out of the sphere of pain and pleasure, utter disgust for the world. When that intense burning desire to see God comes, when then you should know that you are entitled to realization of Supreme. Then another thing is necessary, and that is the coming in direct contact with the Mahapurusha, and thus molding our lives in accordance with those of the great souled ones who have reached the goal. Even disgust for the world and the burning desire for God are not satisfied. Imitation by the Guru is necessary. Why? Because it is the initiation by the Guru is necessary. Why? Because it is the bring of yourself into the connection with that great source of power which has been handed down through generations from one guru to another in uninterrupted succession. The devotee must seek and accept the guru of or the spiritual preceptors as his counselor, philosopher, friend, and guide. In short, the guru is the sine qua non of the progress in the path of spirituality. Whom then shall I accept as my guru? Shrot- Shrotriyo avrijitno akamahato yo brahmavitam. Shroti Shro Shrotriyo avrijino akamahato akamahato yo brahmavitta brahmavittam. He who is versed in Vedas, without tent, unheard by desires, he who is the best of the knowers of Brahman, Shrotriya, he who is not only learned in the Shastras, but who knows their subtle secrets and who has realized their true important in his life. Reading merely the various scriptures, they have become only parrots, not pandits. He indeed has become a pandit who has gained prem, divine love, by reading even one word of the Shastra. Mere book learned pandit are of no avail. Nowadays, everyone wants to be the guru. Even the poor beggar wants to make a gift of a lakh of rupees when the guru must be without a touch of tent, and he must be a kamanahat, unhurt by any desire. He should have no other motive except that of the purely going good to others, purely doing good to others. He should be an ocean of mercy without reason and not impair religious teachings with a view of gaining name or fame or anything pertaining of selfish interest. And he must be an intense knower of Brahman. That is one who is realized Brahman, even has tangibly. That is one who has realized Brahman, even has tangibly, has and the amlaka fruit in the palm of the hands. Such is the Guru, says the Shruti. When spiritual union is established with such a Guru, then comes realization of God, and then God vision becomes easy to attend. After initiation, there should be in the aspirant after truth, abhyas, abhyas or earnest and repeating attempt of practice, applying of the truth by prescribed means of constant meditation upon the chosen ideal. Even if you have a burning thirst for God or have gained the Guru, unless you have along with it abhyas. Unless you practice what you have been taught, you cannot get realization. When all these are firmly established to you, then you will reach the goal. Therefore, I say unto you, as Hindu, as descendant of the glorious Aryans, do not forget the great idea of, of our religion, that great idea of the Hindus, which is to go beyond this samsara, not only to renounce the world, but to go up heaven too, but to give up heaven too. Not only to give up evil, but to give up good too, and thus go to do good beyond all, beyond this phenomenal existence, and ultimately realize the Satchitananda, Brahman, the Absolute, exist, knowledge, and bliss, which is Brahman.